I've talked about this multiple times on the show already, but I just want to keep coming back to it. And really what I think is the Giants and the Bengals are very similar teams. I mean, when you look at them, I think the Giants might have the advantage at head coach, to be honest. I mean, we know what Marvin Lewis is. Pat Shurmur is an offensive genius. So at least at coach, they're even. At quarterback, I mean, Eli's not great, but I don't know that Andy Dalton is that much better. So I'd say they're about even there. A.J. Green and OBJ, about even. Sterling Shepard and Tyler Boyd, about even. Joe Mixon and Saquon, even if not advantage to Saquon. Evan Ingram and Tyler Eifert both injured, but that's about even too. So when you look at the differences between the two teams, there's really not much except for the offensive line. And I say, get the quarterback and protect the quarterback. The Bengals in 16 games last year scored 30 points 3 times, and one of those times came against the Browns. One time came against the Browns. This year they've already scored 30 points in 3 of 4 games, and they are 3-1. And why? They upgraded their offensive line in the offseason. They traded for Cordy Glenn from the Bills, and then they drafted Billy Price in the first round. He's the center. Cordy Glenn's a left tackle. So when you look at the differences between the Bengals from this year and last year, yeah, Mixon is a year older, but that's kind of it. It's really the upgraded offensive line. And at 2 positions, that's it. But it makes a huge difference. And when you look at the difference between the Bengals and the Giants, it's the offensive line. And the Giants' offensive line is so bad, and the Bengals' offensive line is so good, and that's why they're able to win shootouts with the Falcons. That's why they're able to stay ahead in games, and why they're able to come back. They're able to do so many different things because their offensive line is so efficient, and they work well together, they're well coached, and it changes the entire offense, and you can just watch the Bengals play and you watch the Giants play, and you think that those two teams should be very similar in terms of offensive production, and they could not be more different. And the main difference, and really the only difference, is the offensive line. And it just goes back to the fact that the Giants neglected and were naive about how close they were to competing. Saquon's a great player, but they should have taken a quarterback. We're going to keep coming back to that. And the offensive line not being there and them having trust in Eric Flowers and all these guys, it's not enough. I saw a tweet that said, these are grown men playing these sports, right? Mm-hmm. If you dunk on another man, there should be no technicals. Same with the NFL. If you catch a touchdown over someone, no penalty for taunting. These are grown men playing sports at their best abilities and dominating one another. You should be able to talk as much trash as you want. That was a funny tweet. And I agree 100%. So what, you laugh at someone's face? You just scored a touchdown on them in the NFL.
Yeah.
You should be able to do whatever you want. I mean, within reason. With you, like, you're not getting in their face.
The Marshawn Lynch thing is like, maybe you can't do that.
But like, if you dunk on someone and you want to point at them or maybe even step over them, now they should be able to retaliate. And it once it gets physical or to the point where like the heads are against each other for more than like a second or two, all right, if that keeps happening, you can throw a technical out there or whatever you want to do. But if you're just talking trash or whatever, and it's just all in the game, and you leave it on the field, no reason you shouldn't be able to talk any trash. That's why it's also